Hello, good morning everybody. Am I audible? Good morning. We start now. Okay, Anita, thank you. So, in a series of these fundamentals in real estate, today is the third part, prospecting. In last two webinar, which was part 1, getting started for new agents or getting started in real estate broking industry, we learned what is the nature of the work for sales associates, what are the market trends he needs to understand and become the sales associate of your choice, 4 reasons why sales associate fail, how to define your mission statement, your goal and marketing plan. This was what we covered in part 1. Am I audible now? Everybody? Okay. Moving on to next chapter, which was part 2. It was a marketing. It was marketing where we understood okay. So today in part 2 in marketing, last week we understood needs and wants of consumers are changing, importance of the brand, how to market your service, building relationships, few marketing rules, how to promote yourself and become a specialized person of some area or some kind of property, and what should be the elements of your marketing plan. Having learned the part 1 and 2, today we will understand how to do prospecting. So today's agenda is repetition, seek opportunity for leverage, 6 steps to getting started, farming, direct response marketing, expired listing, FSBO, ad sign system and open houses. Next. So the key to success in real estate is always a lead generation, which turns leads into appointments and in appointments to contracts and contracts into sales. So sales associate always want to generate as many leads as possible in the shortest period of time and at the least expense. You cannot expect better than this. So there are 3 methods of prospecting: passive, active and purchase. So passive means you are waiting for business to come to you, like floor time. Floor time is you are a new agent in your office and your office gives you leads. You call these numbers, these are 10 numbers who may want property to sell or buy. So that is floor time. You get website leads and you get customers from open house. So this is called passive methods of prospecting. Then active, referrals, first sell by owners, expired listing, canvassing, door knocking, cold calls, etc. And purchase, people see your ads, signs, flyers, you send personal brochure, newsletter, etc. and contact you. These are the 3 methods of prospecting. Wait. So passive and active prospecting may be done with little or no expense, right? Because not much expense is involved in these 2 kind of prospecting. There is prospecting done by phone to first sell by owners, expired listing. We'll see how we call to expired listing owners, past clients, centers of your influence, and prospecting done in person by door knocking, open house, client parties, networking events, seminars, promotion booths, or you are speaking at some opportunity of some event, etc. So suppose we walk into a restaurant for lunch or dinner, and nowadays it's a trend that you don't get table immediately, you get a number. So you will take a number and stand in line or sit outside in a waiting lounge. So as you near the front of the line or your number approaches, the counterman will, suppose your number is 13 and the counterman calls the number 12. So what he does, if no one answers, he again call it once, number 12, and still no one answers, what he does, he tells your number 13 and you go. So that counterman, the person who is calling, doesn't run out the sidewalk. Where is 12 number, where is 12 number? He just calls your number. So he doesn't go out looking for the customer who had given up that place. He doesn't waste an instant on the customer who left from there. He knows there are other prospects right there in front of him waiting for service. So the moral of the above story is what? A prospecting for a sale doesn't have to be painful experience. There are always more prospects. Sooner or later you will meet one who says yes. And do not get hung up on the no's. So if he says no, do not put your phone down. Just politely thank them for their time and move on. The story also tells us that you need to generate a steady stream of prospects. So another great way to think prospecting, recently you have experienced our election campaign, 2014 election campaign. So whenever there is an election, what happens? The candidates hit the streets asking for votes. So what methods do they use? They mail flyers to their constituency, that is their farm. They rally their base, that is their past clients. Suppose that they have won a seat, so they will first do rally there. They door knock. They have a well thought out message, mission statement, a cherry naige, right? They try to differentiate themselves from their competitor through their policies. So they position themselves to be better than other party. They use public relations like their party spokesperson or market condition. They post a lot of signage for sale, bus benches, billboards for us, right? They shake a lot of hands and ask people to remember them on voting day. They sell their brand like BJP, Congress, secular, non-secular. They strive for name recognition by using all these tools. So what we have to do, we have to follow this. So prospecting is giving a business card to everyone you meet. So whenever you give business card to someone, you are not just doing one card minus from your pocket, but you are doing prospecting. Letting everyone you meet know that you are a Remax sales associate. Asking for business, farming and personal leads, preparing a personal brochure, advertising, sending thank you cards to everyone who helps you. All this is prospecting. So ask everybody for business, friends, relative, dentist, everybody. Remember, if you do not ask, the answer is always no. Realize that prospecting is a number game. There are always more and more prospects. If someone says no, you can immediately find a dozen more prospects. Do not get fixated on one prospect, just move on. So repetition, what is this? So there are lots of myths about prospecting. Like that, what are written here, that you call only once prospect, एक prospect को एक ही बार call करते हैं. So that is a myth. Remax office, there is a story. Remax office in a small town in some city gave their sales associate a list of neighbors to call and told them this was going to be a monthly phone call program. So they had to call those numbers every month. Each month they had to call those numbers. Suppose the associate was given 50 numbers, he had to call this 150 prospect. Again the same prospect he had to call next month. So what happened? The associate went ahead and made the phone calls and obtained no results. Next month, lists were disturbed again among the sales associates, who were surprised to find out that it was the same people they called last month, but they went ahead because that was the rule of that office and made the phone calls anyway. And this time they did obtain some results. The third one, the same lists were handed out and so on and so forth for 6 months. And sales associates were getting results consistently from these calls. So the moral of this story is the importance of consistency. Initially people do not even think about what you are selling, but by keeping in front of them your message starts to resonate. So your prospect does not want to buy from you today, but they will buy tomorrow. They may buy tomorrow. There was one research that found out that a marketing message must penetrate the mind of a prospect in a total 6 to 9 times before it becomes its top of mind. So to get in front of your prospect 6 to 9 times, what you need to do? You need to message 4 to 6 times, as many as 4 times. So if you are calling 6 times, so 6 4 that 20 or 24, or if you are 9 times, and 9 4 that 36. You may have to call 24 to 36 times or message 24 to 36 times because your message may get lost or picked up by some others. Next. So seek opportunity for leverage. You may prospect by holding open house, sending flyers, knocking doors, or cold calling. Or you could work on having past clients and center of influence identify prospects and send them to you. So although you do both, the letters give you leverage. Some people are able to send you a lot of more referrals than others due to their nature of work, like lawyers, your loan executives, bankers, builder and developers, company needing relocation services, human resource department of a company, and all Remax sales associate across the system. So try to do prospecting that can give you leverage. Send your mailer to people who can make a difference, then follow up with a call or an email. If you are sending your newsletter or your prospecting mailer or something like that, just sold, just listed cards, if you are sending to everybody, and if you are sending to these people who are listed here, lawyers, loan executive, bankers, see, the last time we had discussed, okay, you should co-op advertise. So you should have someone, suppose from HDFC loan executive who is selling good loans, so you should tie up with him. So what will happen, he will have your name on his marketing brochure and you will have his name on your marketing brochure. So same way, if you are sending your brochure and everything to all these people, they are able to refer you because lot of people approach them. Lot of people approach lawyers, loan executive, builder, companies needing relocation services. So if they have your marketing piece in a better manner, and if you are a Remax associate, then there are high chance they will refer you. So decide what prospecting method you are good at and become the best. Next. Suppose you are good at online campaigns, signs, FSBOs, mailers, open houses, past client and center of influence, door knocking, farming. Decide your prospecting method and become the best in it. So to start with, we have identified these 6 steps to get started. So first realize that you already have a center of influence which consists your family, friend, old schoolmates, previous business associate, your cricket buddies or soccer buddies, and more. So these are people that know you and people you have some influence over. Start collecting names, phone numbers, addresses, email addresses and other information from your friends, family, co-workers, high school class, health club and other places. Throughout your career in real estate, you should always have a plan to grow this group and implement it faithfully. This will become a huge source of repeat and referral business over the period of time. So first is get your current list all in one place. So it's a big task, but it is important and requires planning to avoid duplicate work later. You will be surprised at how large a list you can come up with when you start pulling in your friends, old classmates, sports team members, business associates, your doctor, lawyer and others. What is important is to hopefully start with something more than a list of paper. You can use Outlook or contact database like it to get people into system for management. Second is make contact the way you usually do. People will say you got to contact this, so there's a message. Okay. So that's what, make contact the way you usually do. So this has to do with being effective but also saving some money. There are plenty of advisors out there that will suggest you develop a really nice letter in envelopes and mail via first class mail or courier. This may be how you do it for some of your list. However, if you are making a really large contact list, many of them will be people you usually talk via email, text messaging or phone. So it is okay to contact them the way you always have done and just split your list into group by contact method. So as you said, there are groups in which you, suppose this is one group where you contact them by email. This is another group you contact by WhatsApp, another group you contact by SMS or whatever you are doing as you are usually doing. So 3, go ahead and categorize by how you know them. See, first what we did, we are getting a correct list of all in one place. Then we start making contact the way you usually do, and then we categorize by how you know them. So as you progress in your top career and your knowledge of contact management, you will find that you want to have certain common types by which to identify contacts. Like if you are using Outlook, you can use the categories function for this. In Outlook you have categories, you can then give some colors, red, white, blue, green, etc. And you could have a category such as friends, family, vendors, doctor, lawyers, etc. Buyer prospect, seller prospect and so on. Whatever categories you may have, you can do that in your Outlook. And the buyer and seller prospect categories are for those new contacts you are about to get. So develop your announcement content and send it out. So if you are contacting via several methods such as email, snail mail, phone, so develop script for each and let them know your new business. Suppose as simple as hi, name of the person, hi, I have started a new career and wanted to let you know about it. I am now a real estate agent with Remax XYZ in this city, Ahmedabad or Mumbai, and please think of me if you are planning a real estate transaction or if you know someone who is wanting to do that. So this was one of the scripts. You can design your own, plan ongoing contact and then do it. So now when you have sent new sales associate career announcement to your center of influence, now you have to make a plan that how often you want to contact them. So follow the plan and make regular contact. This plan may vary according to the contact list or category of your contacts. So there is nothing worse than finding out a good friend bought a home with another agent because they forgot your first announcement a year ago. So idea is to keep in touch quarterly or something like that. Do some quick list building activities like get started immediately and constantly add to your center of influence list. Get involved in your communal activities, go to homeowner association meetings, city associations, and give your business card to the person. Everyone you meet, give your business card. If you go for coffee in the morning, stop getting a table and sit in the counter. Strike up a conversation with the person next to you and give your card. So farming is a tried and true method of prospecting. It is a soliciting business from people you do not know or have relationship with. You may farm a geographic area or neighborhood or a niche market. A farming system keeps your sales volume consistent. You do not deal with high peaks and low valleys like many agents do. While you are busy working with customer and clients, your prospecting system should still working for you. Most often people ignore prospecting when they get busy showing and marketing houses. So after they have sold the houses of their current clients, they find themselves without any prospects. So it should be consistent. Avoid burnout. A business cycle with high peaks and low valleys is like a roller coaster. A constant roller coaster ride in business can be emotionally, physically and mentally draining. It can cause you burnout, which ultimately causes people to leave the business. So farming system frees you from having to deal with high rejection types of prospecting, which is another cost of burnout. Increase your income. If you have a substantial income now and you are not farming, you can increase it by having a farm. If you want to continue at the level of income you are already at, but with less work, farming is your ideal ticket. So neighborhood farm. So you should start small. If you start with too many homes or contact, the expense will break you and you will have to quit permanently. It takes a while to get a response. So budget to be able to continue to mail without a return for up to 9 months. Decide an amount you are willing to invest per month and then calculate how many mailers per month that would allow. Send at least once a month, but more frequently as you start and less often once established. So when the farm start to work for you, expand to include more homes. I just wanted to inform that at the end of today's session we will have a small quiz of 8 questions where you have to just say true and false in the message box, and the one who get most right will get a prize next time. Okay. So look for good turnover. Choose an area that has good turnover. These areas are usually homes where the sale price is lower than average and the demographic is younger. Younger people tend to move more often and can afford less. Know your competition. Know how they are marketing themselves. Your competition, you should keep an eye on your competition and you should know how they are marketing themselves and stay one step ahead of them. So do not let them intimidate you or convince you not to farm an area. Consider distance. Your farm does not have to be close to your office. You are likely to offer better service to homeowners if they live close to your own home or office. Give away and send out items of value. We have taught this so many times, the pop buy and all other things. Choose items that are useful and will stay in front of potential clients, like magnetic business cards and calendar, promotional flyer and postcard, notepad, just listed, just sold card, free market evaluation reports, emergency contact numbers on a magnet or a letter opener, which can be stick to your refrigerator or like that, magnetic memo pad. So, and other things are effective mailers and result of farming. So, what is effective mailers? Your mailers are going to be thrown out. Remember, every day morning when we take newspaper, we throw out all the leaflets. So, your goal is to have the homeowner register your name and face on the way to the garbage. Use postcard and do not use an envelope, as people generally do not open junk mail. So maintain a balance between cost effective, attention grabbing and professional look. Consistency is crucial, so you need to send a postcard at least once a month. Now, include a picture on everything you mail, because people focus more on images than they do on words. Companies have logos for this reason, and your photo is your personal logo. Having a distinctive slogan is a very good idea, and be sure to put it on every mailer, like nobody in the world sells more real estate than Remax. Create a distinct look and format that is as identified as you, and keep your messages very short and have a call to action such as call now. So call to action is always call now. Just listed and just sold card make great mailers. Every time you take a listing, you can send out just listed, and when it sells, you can send out just listed card. So what are the results of farming? When do you get results of farming? You do not expect results immediately. It may be few months before you have result, because we told you in start a plan for 9 months, right? So farming takes time to be effective. However, it will be rewarding as time goes by and response becomes greater. Investing in a farm will eventually generate a return, which you should expect to be minimum of 4 times of your cost. Last time also we had written your marketing 1 rupee invested should fetch you 4 rupees. Next. Direct response marketing. So in many countries like USA and other countries, this system is becoming less popular due to the amount of junk mail that people receive at their houses. It has started here also, but it is still very valid prospecting system in this part of the world where we live. So to be effective, such a program must be targeted, measurable, personal, so you know who gets it, testable, like you should test headers, copy and color of the marketing material, flexible, you can change it easily. So your goal is to get your customer to act. Your objective should be attainable, specific and measurable. You want them to call or visit your website. So if it is a direct mail campaign, you should identify your objectives. So what do you want to communicate? What action do you want to customer to take? You want to build a relationship. Sell benefits and not features. A feature tells what your service does, while a benefit tells how your service satisfies a need or overcomes a problem. Customer wants to know what is in it for me. Whatever your direct mail campaigns, he wants to see first what is in it for me. That agent is going to get a brokerage, but what is it in for me? Include an offer. Give your prospect a reason to respond now. So make it relevant, irresistible and worth their time and effort. Personalize. Personalization has a tendency to increase response. Why? Because the recipient is more likely to read your message when you use his name and personalize the offer to him. So keep it simple. Go to the point and make it easy for your audience to find out what you are saying or selling. Pay attention to the language. If something is free, say it's free. So always include a call to action. Tell your target what you want them to do. If you do not and ask for the sale of order, you may not get it. So you can call now to avail this offer, like that. Include a response device. Make it easy for your target to respond either with a business reply card, a prepaid envelope, or a toll-free number, or a website address. Deliver. Only making promises will not help. You have to make promises and keep it. So if you say they will receive something in week, ensure you have the process in place to do so. Use targeted list. Direct mail that is targeted to the right audience is more relevant to that audience and is more likely to generate the kind of response you want. Track and measure your results. Test different offers, formats, lists and more. Your communication should evolve as you learn about what's working and what's not. Use a headline that targets specific prospect, for example, free to home buyers, like that. Mention your offer immediately. In your headline, example free, how to prepare your home for sale video. How to prepare your home for sale video is, click on this link and you will get it. Make a compelling offer for a free report. Taste many different advertise in your order to find your best pulling advertise. Show a picture of your offer. Feature words like free, guaranteed, no obligation, no charge, etc. And testimonial. Use testimonials. Someone says कि my home sold for full price in just 1 week or just 15 days by this associate will be a great help. So be a resource for information on buying and selling by keeping several information brochures and video available for the public. This may be offered on your website or in flyers, etc. Many of the leads you generate are not of high quality. Therefore, a consistent and systematic follow-up system is required if you want to turn these prospects into customers. Many can take up to 6 months to finally get into the market, but they will do so. So patience is the key. So what should be the idea for brochures and information pamphlet? So you can keep how to sell a house that didn't sell, article like this, small information, easy fix up like 25 easy fix up to sell your homes for the best price. You can give first time buyer information booklet, home makeovers that every seller should know, relocation handbook if you are relocating what you should take care, and buyer's guides and seller's guide. Many of offices have kept this in their offices and they are offering to the prospect visiting their office. So your marketing must include a call to action. You must motivate the reader to act, call, come in. Basic motivators are greed, fear, security, success, recognition, problem solution, and ways to save time, money and effort. So these were the idea for brochures and information pamphlet you can make available for your prospect. Expired listing. How to deal with expired listing? So expired listing are those that have not sold during the period contracted under the listing agreement. So the reason they haven't sold is the price was too high, which usually means the agent they had took an overpriced listing and did not bother to reduce it during the listing period. So many agents like working expired listing because by reducing the price the property usually sells, and they can point to the previous sales associate marketing effort as the reason the property didn't sell, because the effort was not good. It also helps because the client has been through the process and knows what to expect. So other sales associate avoid So other agents avoid this business for the same reason. The client is upset with agent for not having sold their home as promised. So this is a two-way sword. You might get a good result or you might not. So expired listing system is each day some listing expired. So all listing for areas you prospect should be added to your telephone list and called. Suppose You have called someone, hello, this is Mr. XYZ. I am from Remax office and I noticed that your home is no longer on the market and was wondering if it is sold or it is still available. Are you still interested in selling? There is only one reason why your home hasn't sold, and that's because of the marketing. You cannot sell it because of price, and I can give you my opinion on why we didn't sell. May I stop by 6 or 7 to your home or your office and meet and something like that? So this is the way to talk to the expired listing system if you are really interested to work on those, or otherwise if you are other set of sales associate who would avoid this business for the same reason, then we will concentrate on for sale by owner system. So each day what happens, for sale by advertise are pulled and name and address is obtained from classified. What we do in newspaper, people are giving advertise, that is for sale by owner. They are not giving to any sales associate and they give advertise on their own. So we pull their advertise, name and address are written on flyers and internet site, etc., and identify all listing in the area you are working and add it to your telephone list and then call. So you have to ask to view the home, and if they would like to be added to your mailing list, enter this listing into the appropriate database and set a callback date. So you can mail them a personalized letter and include recent stat like monthly average sale price you are in that area, number of new listing and number of new sales, free market evaluation certificate, etc. you can give. You can diarize the following. All this happen on Sunday, right? All advertises are coming on Sunday. So you can diarize for Monday morning call, ask whether they have listed their home, ask if they have received any of the information you have sent, and ask if they would like a complimentary market evaluation copy and also your marketing plan. If I have this listing, what would be my marketing plan? So each Monday you should call until it is listed, sold or off the market, as and many people will decide to list their home as a result of poor weekend results. So email your presentation to private sales on the internet and include why use sales associate, your resume, the way you work, and something which speaks about you selling yourself. Then we have ad call system. So there are lot of calls you receive in response of your advertise. So high percentage of your signed calls are going to be from sellers, not just buyers. So when the call comes in, before asking any question, you have to make sure to find out which home in the area do you own. So sometimes someone calls you for selling his home, you have to qualify the client. Then you have to get trade info, and then you have to meet him personally. Suppose what was about this advertise that caught your eye? How long have you been looking for a house? Are you working with any agent? How many homes have you looked at? And if you don't want to ask why didn't you buy one of those, you should ask, do you own your present home or are you renting? Like that. So, and in the end, if he gets ready to meet you personally, then that call is qualified. Next is open house. So these are all the ways and means of prospecting. So open house, why it is important? It describes the popularity of internet and its ability to open the doors of listed home to viewer with multiple photos and video tours. So for that reason alone, the open house will continue to be one of the most effective marketing tools for sales associate. So what happens now? Open houses have other use also. Not only does it convey to your seller in a concrete way that you are actively working to sell the home, it gives an equally favorable impression to potential buyers and other sales associates who may attend. Open houses are important business builder. If you do not have active referral, you have to obtain new customers somehow. So an open house perfectly demonstrates your service in action. Potential buyer meet you and immediately know whether or not they would enjoy working with you to find a home. So many successful and experienced sales associates do not do open houses. because they don't rely on the prospecting source. But for new sales associate, they are valuable prospecting tool. Be prepared for your open house. If there are obvious repair required, try to have an estimate available for the cost of repair, but do not speculate. Arrive on time, be dressed for success, and have work to do for the quiet times. Put your signs up ahead of time, put up a lot of signs, and start from the closest busy road and put them up on every corner. There is nothing more frustrating for a buyer than to be following your signs. Check your open houses in the area and place your signs strategically to attract the visitors. You should have an open house checklist, like ask the seller to leave before the open house. You should be there alone. Lights should be on, have monthly payment analysis for financing, name tag, thank you card to leave for the seller, business cards, feature sheet that are up to date with the correct price, invitation for the neighbors, put in mailbox advance. Like there are so many other houses in that area, so you should invite them also. So make sure to have a sign-in sheet. This could be separate card to be completed. So there will be lot of visitor when you will hold open house. You will have to qualify as many visitors as possible. This is done by asking question, watch for buying signal, anticipate objections such as high priority taxis or needed repairs, and know how to deal with them. Next. So let me discuss open house checklist. So now we have that quiz today, which is a very simple. So I'll be asking few questions, and you have to write true and false in the answer. So first question is, sales people should prospect only when times are slow. Times are slow. False or true?